Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. I hope everybody's doing okay today. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we will see about. Now, this one should show up because I'm going to play this from the phone. I imagine it should show up. Let's see if it does.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse sleigh. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! Y'all have a merry, merry, merry Christmas. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Blessings to everyone. Ditto, ditto, ditto. Merry Christmas.
I don't think it was working. For some fucking reason, it's not. I don't know what's going on with this shit. Why is this showing a? Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, I gotta forget about all that crap. Okay, I'm not understanding. I tried pulling up a local video. Oh, I know how I just did it. Never mind. I know what I did. I know what I got to do. But I got to transfer that video. Never mind. How about this? What I don't know. Why don't I just do this? Why don't I just do this? If I want you to see that, but you probably already seen it. Would you just look at that? Would you just look at that? You know what? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? How would you just look at that? You know, what do you think? Just look at that right there. Let's see here. What is it that I'm trying to figure out? What am I trying to figure out? There it is. Okay, so So the next thing I got to do here is, let's see. Running some people off, I see.
Christmas. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Y'all have a merry, merry, merry Christmas. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Blessings to everyone. Ditto, ditto, ditto.
Oh, I wish I had that kind of energy today. I've been sluggish today. Got up, did my morning walk, made a couple of shorts along the walk. I've uploaded those, said some Merry Christmases. Talked to my sister, talked to my friend Mike Hernandez for, I don't know how long we talked, but we talked for a good while. Made something to eat, just kind of the usual thing. But before I even talked to Mike, I had walked, came home, I talked to my sister, and I was going to read, and I just started feeling tired, so I went and laid back down. That was still early, I laid back down, and I was like, and I slept for about an hour. I think I laid back down between 9 and 9:30. I remember I woke up back around 11 o'clock, and it wasn't like a solid sleep, but I felt like I could do it, so I did. Got up, saw that Mike had called, did a couple things, and then I got on the phone with him. Then I ended up taking a second walk already, and hell, it's already 3:31. Before I know it, it might be time to go for another walk. I don't know. Let's see. Sorry guys if I'm not very, kind of. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and maybe, just hit the like button or something. Like even if you can't say anything in the chat, it's no big deal. If you're able to just use your arm for 1 second and go, and I'm not really wanting to look at my face, so we're going to turn the camera back off. Let's just do that. There we go. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're doing okay. Well, no, wait. We'll turn it back on just for a second, and we will say, we will go. I got my Johnny Scab shirt on. Well, one of them, the Scab Cast. Yeah, I haven't been talking to him a whole lot, but we have interacted, and he let me know the other day when I posted something and was like, I'm a shitty human being. And I was kind of being sarcastic or something, or I'm shitty at being human. And he let me know that I'm okay, that he thinks I'm a genuine guy that, really don't matter. I shouldn't think about what any fucking body thinks, but it is what it is. So trying to think, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say or do or blah 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 blah. Tell you what we might be able to do here in a minute, though. I might turn the camera around. We might walk outside for a second because I'm on this gimbal thing. I just walk around in the yard, man. Oh, I'm just tired of feeling like just like a little bit of lack of motivation. But I did write something. I wrote a little something. Let me be clear, it ain't a story or anything, but I have some stuff that I'm working on in my head, and I've also wrote down a little bit of the details. I will be at some point trying to do something, whether it be in video form or live stream. That might be something I can use some feedback on. I'm sorting through memories from the past in my life of some things that I think might be interesting to people that don't know me well or that do subscribe and watch and just would like to hear certain like things I think might be interesting. And I'm not really sure how to what I would call it. If it was a stream, it would be probably a short top stream I do once a week or something and have a particular thing I'm going to talk about from my life or whatever. But, or maybe I'll just do them in shorts. I don't know yet. Um, like one story, if you can hear me and everything, one story that I'm talking about, wanting to share though, is like one when I was playing music with Of His Own Hand. And we went to play a show down in Little Rock, Arkansas. We probably wasn't even 4 measures into the song. It was like, like I don't remember even what this damn song was, but it was a faster paced song. And I remember when Mitch stepped up to the microphone to do his vocals, as soon as his lips touched the microphone, he was being electrocuted. And it took a few seconds for me to register what was going on. I'm seeing Mitch go like this, and then he hits the ground. And then so I'm stopped because the other guitarist has already stopped and grabbed a 2x4 and knocked that guitar out of Mitch's hand. And so needless to say, we didn't play on through that show. So that's just a small little interesting nitbit. I don't even know. Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. And so why he got electrocuted, the reason that Mitch got electrocuted was the club was fairly new. It had been running for like maybe a couple months, and somehow it got approved to be open. But in the process of wiring it up, the PA was plugged into one power source. Like when you have a building, it all should be coming from all main power should be coming from the same place. What was happening is they had wired it up where one side of the room had its own power source, the other side had its own power source. So if you have a guitar plugged into one power source and then the PA plugged into another, and you happen to be touching your guitar at the same time your lips touch that microphone, you become the ground. So that's what happened to Mitch. That was in probably, I'd say that was maybe 97. Yeah. And I remember they tried to see if he wanted to go to the emergency room and stuff. He opted not to. And then we had a van that we rented, and I got all pissed off because I believe Mitch or somebody rode with some of the other people where we were going to be staying with the other bands because the show couldn't go on. The club had to shut down, rewire the stuff so that more shows could be had. And so we were going to stay with the people that we were going to stay with anyway after Mitch got checked out by the ambulance and stuff. And I remember me driving the van we rented, a girl that I was seeing that I had previously dated, and she had came back into my life. She had went with us. So we're in the van, and I think maybe one other people, I don't know who was in the van, but there's a couple of people that are in the car going to the house that we're supposed to be following. We get on these back roads in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night back in Arkansas, not in the actual city of Little Rock. And somehow they get ahead of us and I lose them. I have no clue. Like they just kind of, I don't know what they were doing or what they thought. If they thought that that I just knew how to get back, and whoever was in the van with me, we all were having trouble remembering exactly how to get back because we'd only came there once, left from there, following people to get to the club, and then we were. So it was amazing. We rode around long enough that I finally kind of found the place. But by the time we showed up, I was ready to just leave. I said, screw this. We're just going to go. We're going to head out right now. And the guy, we started driving. I don't remember who drove first, but I was pretty tired. Long story short, the guy that was playing bass at the time was a young guy, very young. Well, we were all young, but he was like the youngest and most inexperienced. He didn't do a lot of drugs or anything. So we had him driving, and then he wrecked the van. We like ended up in the medium between two interstates. You know, it was like we were on the interstate, but like the medium in between. And luckily, we were like freaking out. The van wasn't really damaged that bad or nothing. Like it didn't have any dents or anything. It just went off in the. He had fell asleep. We all, nobody's hurt. Somebody else takes over the driving. But luckily, there was a guy with a tow truck that happened to see us out there, like trying to figure out what we were doing. He pulls up and is like, "Hey, man, y'all need some help?" Yeah. So he pulls us on out. We all just headed on back. And we kept on going. But that just kind of sucked. If I had not gotten ill or lost track of the people I was following, I wouldn't have been that ill and mad. And I don't know why I had it in my brain we should just leave. Mitch had just gotten electrocuted and probably needed to just rest, and we all probably did. Like I should have just been glad I found the house and went on in there and finished partying or whatever we were doing, get some sleep, get up the next day, and then head back. But nope. Back then I was just it was all like whatever. I hope you're doing all right today. Rabbi's, I don't know how I pronounce that fucking word, but and then I've been thinking about like today, if I'd went on earlier, I thought about different Christmases that really stuck out to me in my life. That was something that, I kind of really, a few years ago, I did a video, which I could pull it up. I might do that before, not today. I don't know. Um, but like the one Christmas I remember before mom divorced dad was when I got this I got two Shogun Warriors and a big Godzilla. They were all like they're about 2 feet tall. They're about like they're like about knee high tall, And like the Shogun Warriors, one was yellow and black pattern. The other one was like the red and yellow, or red and blue and black. And like their hands would shoot off and stuff and things. Godzilla, you could make the you know what I'm gonna do while I'm talking about hell, then it ain't gonna hurt nothing. If you're here, you're here. If you're listening, you're listening. If you're not, you're not. This is something I can go and do and look up these old. I can probably find some pictures of what I'm talking about. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 1970s Shogun Warrior toys. Let's see if I can find those first. Oh hell, there's one. That's the one. That's one of my favorite ones I had. Let's see. Son of a crapper. God darn it. Okay. So now, let me share this screen real quick. Okay. Let's see. That's the one I remember that one. I had that one. So I woke up that morning and there was like this one. And if I can find the other ones, we might be able to find the other ones. Oh, evidently here's the hold on. Or maybe I had this one. That is it. But anyway, I had two of those. Let me see if I can find the Godzilla Shogun Warrior toy. And this was the Godzilla right here. So you can see that has its hand missing, which aggravated me because Godzilla didn't need his hand shooting off. He wasn't a mechanical creature. Now the lever on the back of his head, you could move that and it would shut, like the flame would come out. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that was like, I remember I was like 4 years old and I woke up and I had the Godzilla and two of the Shogun Warriors. And those were like, that was some of the baddest things, you know. Then of course, the first Christmas that I moved out, or my mom divorced dad and we were in that apartment. That Christmas, I remember waking up to some Star Wars figures and shit. Because by this point, I had seen Star Wars and it was out, and the toys were still like real fresh and hot and new. My mom had the worst time finding the ones I really wanted. But, you know, I remember I got Greedo, a Death Star droid, R5D4. And I was so aggravated but I pretended R5D4 was R2D2, and I would pretend that the Death Star droid was C3PO because I didn't have them. So those were fun memories, you know. Like, I don't know, man. It's just fun memories. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it. I guess I don't know who's watching. I don't know who might want to come on for a second and talk it. If you do want to, I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer, and you're welcome to join for a second. I'm going. I might, you know, I'm going at 33 minutes already. You know, uh, it's good. It's as good as any other. I'm still here. I'm still alive. So that was my main thought today. Yes, I'm getting older. Yes, I'm struggling with motivation. Yes, there's a lot of things that I could improve on, and I'm trying to. But the ultimate thing and the takeaway for me today is I'm still here. Maybe I'm sitting at this trailer by my damn self. I tell you this though, my neighbor called me earlier. She's like, bring a plate over and make you a plate. You know, she cooked for her family and stuff. They were all like, there wasn't no room to go over there and sit down and eat anyway. I just threw some stuff on a plate and brought it back over here. Merry Christmas there, Charlie. So, you know, um, yeah, man, it was like, but I'm cool. Like I'm not gonna sit and think, I don't know how many. I mean, how many years has this happened anyway? Like I'm usually by myself. If I still lived in Morganton, North Carolina, I'd probably be out and about during this day and hanging out with some of the people on the streets and shit that I might still know or have met over the. You know, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of street people. It was a small town, but there was people on the streets. There was people that I knew that owned businesses. I knew all kinds of people. But where I stayed at in North Carolina, for the most part, when I lived in Morganton, I was always up in the town area. So I was walking distance from anything. Like, even though there wouldn't be much open today. Yeah, Mayan subjugates. It's good to see you here. I don't know how long I'll be on, but I'm happy to see anybody pop in. I figured whether anybody's here long or not, by this point, most people probably have had their amount of family gathering and all that. Now, I do know some people do things later in the evening as well. Sometimes it's a whole day of things, you know. But I'm not real sure how many different people watch me or are tuning in. Might, I'm doing this because it's like when I was on yesterday and Destruct was on, he's like, well, you should do a stream at least a little bit for a little while, because there might be somebody that's also like me, sitting there bored, sitting there by themselves. They're not at a family gathering in a function. And they might scroll through and go, hey, old fucking Gray Cloud's there. Let's go in and see what he's doing, So that's how it kind of goes, isn't it? And I don't know why. I'm really not knowing why my local videos ain't showing up quite right, but I figured out how to do it now. I can just split the screen, pull up my pictures in the thing, say share screen. I hope all of you guys are doing okay today as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Kind of lean in between. Maybe Gray Cloud should kick a beat for a second. Maybe that's what I need to do. I really so badly want to get something where I can do more with, and I've tried to experiment with just, I thought, now if anybody knows about this and can tell me, if I could find something simple that I can use, that I can just put on my laptop and just simply just make beats. I don't need these studios that I've downloaded where there's like multiple different tracks to be fucking done. All I want is something that's simple, and I haven't yet to be able to figure out if there's anything like that. It's like just something where I can just go, okay, I want this drum to sound this way, da da da, and then it's got the pads there, and I just go da 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 da. I create the beat, loop it or whatever, and then I got it. But so far, everything that I've tried is more for separate tracking, and then if you want to do some elaborate stuff, you have to have all this extra stuff. I don't know. What was it I did? Dash into the snow. Oh, what are you doing today? I don't know, but I ain't lost my way. I'm trying so hard to maintain, but sometimes I've lost. Oh, I fucking up, man. It's all improvisation. Watch your mouth, Gray Cloud. Watch your mouth. You can tell I'm just struggling, trying to like keep things rolling, keep the energy better. And I'm just kind of like, I'm in a good place. I'm not in a bad place, but I have to stay on it, man. I don't need to let myself get too in my head, because then that's what leads to me wanting to drink or something. And, yesterday, I had a thought about how awesome, and I remember it being on holidays. That was one of the things I always did, but I drink all the time anyway. But particularly on around this time of year, if I was going to be thinking I'm enjoying it, it would be right now. What I used to always, I didn't buy it that often, but once or twice a year, especially around this time of year, I'd get the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. But I didn't let myself do that yesterday, and I have not done that today. So that's a good thing. And that's, I'm not here telling anybody else that they shouldn't drink. I just know the train wreck that it becomes now when I ingest it. But I'll do this. Cheers on that, guys. Hey, you know what? Let's see. Subjugates. Do you have anything on your channel? Do you have anything on your channel? I don't know if you're even still there or listening. If you are, you can chime in. If not, no big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see. Oh wait, what? Let me see what you just. I'm in North Carolina, but I tend to stay to myself like you. But yeah, my spiritual path, what keeps me going and keeps me going, and music making stuff is a lot to learn. Makes my head spin, but I like playing drums and such myself. Yeah, like all I have, of course, is this tiny little kit, and that's by the grace of God, whether you believe in God or not. But I know that it was through someone else, and by the spiritual energy that we share. Mike Maranatha, never met him physically, but he plays music. He does spiritual rap, hip hop and stuff, some spiritual hip hop, but he's also got other things that are more alternative type rock songs. Does a great channel, The Mystery of Metatonia. You know, speaking of which, I should have reached out to him today to say Merry Christmas to him. But earlier this year, he was like, "Hey, dude, give me your address. I'm gonna have something, man. I'm gonna get something sent from Amazon to you." He didn't tell me what it was, and it's a big old box, and it was this little bitty kids kit. Matter of fact, I am long overdue for taking and tearing it down, and then tightening up like the. Let me see. I'll show you. Like the this part right here. There's well, it's working pretty good right now, but the part that it connects to, there's some places I could tighten up to make it more durable again. But it's holding up pretty good to be made just for a little kid. And you got this big old goofy dude here playing it like it's. I don't play it as hard as I would if it was a big, actual adult sized kid. I don't play it quite as hard as I could, but there's a reason too, because the heads on this probably bust real easy. So I've been trying to make sure I'm able to play it as long as possible when I'm wanting to play it by not, you know. I only keep to myself though, to be honest, because I'm kind of I'm not keeping to myself by necessarily choice all the time. I'm literally don't. I'm not close enough to anywhere where I could just go easily on foot and be around people if I want to be. It's like I just remember in Morganton when I wanted to be by myself, I could stay whether I was on the streets in a camp. If I didn't want to go into town, I didn't have to. If I was renting a room from somebody or an apartment, I went into town when I wanted to. Like if I was sitting there and I'd been by myself long enough, I knew I didn't have that far to go, just a few blocks away, and there was somewhere where there was going to be people that I had met and knew. That's the advantage of living closer into a town area. Like I was always within walking distance of where the square was or whatever, and people hung out on the square sometimes, especially in the summertime. It's kind of I do miss it. My intentions were to move back, but yeah, it's like I'm literally like there's two towns, but they're very small. They might as just well be communities. I'm right in the middle, and it's not very big towns. All you got there is like dollar stores, a couple of restaurants, a gas station or two, maybe a liquor store in one of the towns. Just like nowhere to really go. Like I just remember Morgan had a mission up in the town area, and people would congregate there. You could have meals there for free and shit, get assistance. Now it's not in the town area now. They've relocated it to a bigger place a little bit further out. And then they had a cafe or two right up in town, like just nice little places you could go in. If you had a few bucks, you could just get a cup of coffee and sit there and meet people and talk. And even if you didn't have any money, you could go up and hang out on the square. There might not be anybody up there when you first got up there, but eventually, if you hung out long enough, you were going to see people that you knew, because that's what people were just killing time sometimes, trying to find places to be. The library wasn't far off either. You had a cool library, and the outside of the library had some really cool places to hang out. So it was kind of, but like I said, that's the advantage of being, as opposed to, uh, like even if I lived in the nearest like bigger town, I'm not really sure what. I do know there's a couple places I've never been in, but they're in their down in the Fort Payne downtown area. There's a cool looking cafe. I mean, if I lived down there, by this point, I would have done frequented that place enough to know whether there was anybody there like I was going to get to be able to meet and maybe regularly associate with. It'd be kind of like if but and I don't think that town down there has a lot. Like even if I was actively drinking, I don't think there's a lot of like real bar type places. I think there's something downtown now, but I'm not doing that anymore anyway. And I never like. But sometimes I would go to bars just because I didn't want to be alone. But I would always do my drinking usually before I'd get there. And if I did any drinking at the bar, I didn't necessarily need to buy a lot from the bar because I already, um, that's just a smart way to do it. I'm not trying to tell anybody. let's do what I was talking about for a second. Everything's charged up enough. Hold on a minute here. Oh, testing this out a little bit. Kind of cool. What up, Beatty? Yeah, Beatty. Pretty baby. I love you, baby. She stayed out all night last night, but it's unusually warm right now. Let's see. Trying to get this thing to balance just right. Let me put that down a little. Something's not going on, right? Okay. Whoa, I about them stepped in a hole and fell down. I don't know what's going on here. I've not used it a whole lot, this gimbal thing, other than a few times walking, but it takes more practice and especially if I'm trying to stream, it's kind of like, but right now it's good outside. I can see the chat if somebody said something or whatever. Over here, back here is like this is the little shortcut to go behind where that's the store right there. It's a convenience store and then a liquor store, and they sell food and stuff. So, but like I've been thinking here recently about starting to come out here and just sit out here by these trees. It's somewhere close by. I don't have to go out and walk down the road to the gravel road. If all I'm wanting to do is just be outside for a minute and be like, I could just cross over there and just sit down calmly and meditate right there amongst them little trees there, that's my thinking. I just haven't got around to doing that here recently. But that's coming. I'll probably do that in the next few days, start doing that, like fit that in to somewhat of a routine, whether it be in the morning or in the evening. Just have a relaxing little moment just right out back behind the trailer. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, sounds like that sounded like a great plan. And I walk out there for what, 6 minutes or something, and then come right back in. Well, I realize there's not a lot, like, kind of it'll be all right. And but I appreciate everybody that has stopped by. And I appreciate anybody that's still here right now. Like as long as I keep going, but and it's not necessary that anybody even joins me today because it's already getting a little later. It's 4 o'clock. We are going at we're approaching almost an hour. So if I'm going to end it early, or like if I'm going to make this a shorter stream, then I'm going to go ahead and wind this on out to an hour. So we got another at least 10 or more minutes. I might go a little over an hour. And I don't have a timeline, but if I end it like that, then I'll probably, because there won't be much longer before it's dark. So if I end it like that, then I'll end it and then go take another about a 15-minute walk. It's important for me to try to stay on that. But been waiting on a friend to tell me like some people were gone and she wanted to talk today, but so far I've not heard her text me and say. I even texted before. I was like, I think I'm gonna go on and stream. I was waiting on you to tell me you wanted to talk for sure, but I don't know what's going on. They did hurt themselves earlier, like early in the morning, trying to wash clothes and shit. They ended up throwing their back out or doing something to their back. They might just be fucking sitting around aching and not really feeling much like doing anything. So, but we were supposed to just touch base today. It's Christmas, and we just don't talk on the phone much. We text each other, but that's about it. Like, good morning, how you doing? And then through the day or in the evening, this is how my day went. Hey, LeMay, it's good to see you here. Oh, LeMay, good to have you here in the chat for a minute. I hope you're having a good Christmas. I don't know, like, and I don't know if anybody. It seems like a couple people might have came in and said something and actually stayed, like Ramas or Vibrant Singularity or whatever. So I know you're still here, and then we got LeMay coming in, but I couldn't say. Sometimes people are busy, and especially today, I would understand if somebody's not. All is well for me. That's good. Same here. Like I said, I'm looking at today. Like I'm trying not to analyze it and be in a down place. So I'm just grateful to have another Christmas. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't know if I'll see tomorrow, but I know I'm here right now. And what's up, Red? I'll just call you Red Snapper, like I remember, I believe. What did you say? Are you on your own for Christmas Day? Yeah. I was talking about that. I've been by myself for quite a few years now. Like I discussed this before you showed up. If I still lived in the town that I lived in prior to here, when I lived in North Carolina, I always lived in kind of up near the town area where there was a square and there was businesses. Now most things would be closed today, but it was, if you lived close enough, it was a square. There was benches. There was like blocks to walk. You could just walk around that town easily. And if you lived right up in near it, I made some eggs. I didn't make any kind of special Christmas side dinner or meal. Now, before I went on live, my neighbor Betty, I stored some of her stuff in my refrigerator for her last night. I took it over this morning. Matter of fact, she decided not to cook both hams. She told me to bring it back over. She just don't have space in her. But she called me up about an hour ago and was like, "Come get a plate." Well, it's probably a little over an hour ago because it was before I started this, and we're almost at an hour. So probably about 20 minutes before I started this stream, Betty said, "Hey, come over and make you a plate." I've got a plate in there with some potato salad on it and some pieces of ham and stuff. Not a full turkey, no. And I wouldn't like. I mean, there's no reason for me to cook any of that kind of stuff like for myself. Uh, like Sunday, the church I attend sometimes, we had a meal and I got pretty full. I brought home a bunch of ham from that meal and ate on that for a couple of days into the week, and then like today, my neighbor made food and I made a plate. Now there was things that she made that I don't really need to eat. I hope y'all can hear me okay. I'm just making sure, but there's a lot of things I'm trying my best to not eat anymore, which are like carbs or now I do eat some potatoes, but I'm trying my best to like I don't buy breads now. I'm not eating any kind of breads really. The only way I would eat breads is if I'm out in town and decide to grab a burger or something. But when it's here, I cook meats and eat just meats or eggs and maybe some onions, stuff like that. And then I've got some oranges and things like if I get to snack on or whatever. So trying to make sure I'm trying to get my blood sugar in the right control and just overall try to see what I can do to improve my health or my energy levels. Trying out some new supplements and things. Now, since they told me I'm anemic right now and there's some bleeding going on in there, and I still haven't. January 22nd, I have another appointment, and then after that, I should have the actual procedures done at some point and then be told whatever. But I don't think it's anything to really worry about because it's been several months now, and I'm not like getting sick. I'm not having bad, weird looking bowel movements or anything. So they said it could be as simple as maybe I took too many over the counter type pain medicines that could be causing bleeding. Then Christmas pudding. What do we got here? My mom is on the same diet. Yeah, like a few years ago, I stopped eating any kind of pastas, wasn't eating any potatoes, hardly any bread. The only if I did eat breads, it was when I was out. Like I said, if I wanted just I'd sometimes treat myself to a burger or like a anyway, and I was able to like maintain it pretty good. I've since slipped, and then but after I got sober again this last time, when I came out of detox, I'm really trying hard to uh, maintain that style of diet if I can. And hold on a minute. Oh gosh. Then yeah, the Outlaw Pantera. I thought I was trying to read your, and every time I touch something, it's like making things like okay, there we go. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I know that's why it's doing that. Okay. I actually can read it better over here on the computer. I don't know, but I'm trying to look at the camera that I'm using, which is on the phone. So um, it's good to see you here, Outlaw. I haven't seen you in a while. And who else? Who is here? Hold on a minute. While you're still here, what I need to do is let me go in real quick, if I can. Give me a second. trying to figure out something. And we got excuse me. Let's see here. Good gosh. I don't. Okay. And then, so what I'll have to do now is go over here. No, anyway, it's really irrelevant right now. I was going to try to make a couple. I'm overthinking stuff. Hope that is not a trigger, Greg. Trigger for what? What are you talking about? Oh, I didn't see that yet. Why would that? That's not a trigger for me. Because I already know you drink, and like like we've talked about things. You've been in the chat anyway, and I think when we were on X, I thought we communicated some on X. No, it's not a trigger. I trigger myself. I talked about this earlier. Probably before you joined. Yesterday, I had a small little like I had an endorphin rush from remembering what it I when I did enjoy being able to drink and I was able to like have a good time or I thought I was having a good time. It's just that I know now it's so fun, like it doesn't work out anytime I okay, my friend finally messaged me, but I don't know if she's saying she wants to talk or not. After hurting her back today, she said she was after doing clothes and all that, and she popped her back and she ended up making something to eat and then went to sleep for a little while laying down. I guess she's just trying to not hurt. So, well, there's no reason for you to forget to worry about whether I'm. Because I had a friend, I have someone that I associate with online, Self Destruct, to be on streams with me, and uh, he drinks on stream. Other people do, you know. It's not like it's not necessarily like something that. Hold on a minute, gosh darn it. Yeah, gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, on my second channel, I just made two people because I'm streaming to both channels on YouTube. So, um, whether Subjugates Comics is still around, the next time I see them, if they're watching from my second channel, they have a wrench now. And then and Frank McCampbell, glad you're here as well. Yes, we do try to kick butt every day if we can, right? But I was saying that Self Destruct at one point was like, well, maybe I don't want to trigger you. And I was like, well, dude, like, if we're just online, like, even someone else right now drinking it from me, ultimately, that's not going to make me drink. I already have it's like, if I get it in my head, it don't matter what anybody else does. when I decide, when I make that wrong, when I go, it just, it's like by the point that when I've done it, it's like I just do it. And I'm just very thankful that I don't struggle with a lot of cravings, or like it's only been yesterday and today that I've even kind of realistically toyed around with even a thought, because I was like, just the holidays. Maybe I'm over explaining myself. I don't know. Because some people don't know about the main channel. And if somebody, my second channel is smaller, so if I have a few people watching from the second channel, which I'm trying to build up, it's adding watch hours. It's showing that people are interacting with it. Because my whole intention of the second channel is is to be doing that. That's why, at some point I will do some streams that are exclusive to the second channel, and the other streams will be. But right now, I'm just streaming to both channels because um, it adds to both of the channels as growth. It's like I'm streaming to Rumble as well right now, and I don't have anybody really over at Rumble that's probably watching. I only got 12 people fucking following the Rumble channel, and a couple of those people are like people trying to sell me fucking views. They're like coming in my comments and sending me links to contact them and work out a deal where like they're like, oh, I think we could help you grow. Like buying fucking bot views and shit. Well, I mean, it's not, I talk about it enough, but it's not something that I necessarily, uh, at least, like, actually, I told my friend Mike yesterday, and it was like a weird sensation I had. I was making my own regular drink in this jar here that's not alcoholic. When I stirred it, just for a second, I heard a certain noise, and that's what made me think about stuff. Who would consider buying subs? A bunch of people. There's some of the bigger channels on YouTube. Uh, there's ways to notice it. Like there's some bigger channels that's what they've done, but they're trying to crack down on that. All I'm getting at is on the Rumble, I only have 12 people. Like most of the people that are following me are probably people that follow me here or know, I'm just trying to get people to go over there and just like find it and be like, uh, which I could post a link. It's no big deal. You're not getting anything over there any different than what I put up here. And I don't do shit over there every day. Every few days, I just upload a couple of videos that I've already uploaded that day here until I can just, it's going to be a time management thing where like, I want to build it up on Rumble. So if if my YouTube shit gets nuked, I at least am building myself up somewhere where I can go, hey, like that's where, like from now on, that's where you can try to find me of people. And so I'm just trying. It's only been recently that I've even been mentioning it to people. I have gained a cut. You know what I mean? It's like once I get once I get to a certain point, I'll try to intentionally make something that's different and not put it up anywhere else and just make it, It's like a common practice, like buying views, like people do it on uh, all the platforms. They're you're not supposed to, and platforms are trying to fight that shit. It's people trying to make themselves look like they're bigger than they really are. Like sometimes you'll see channels with like a million, like hundreds of thousands of fucking subs. But if you watch you look at their videos, they're not getting the views. Like or like say someone that's got a million subs, and you go and you look at their videos, there's no way that if you had legitimately really if you had a million organic subs, you would definitely be certainly at least getting more views. Like I've seen people talk about it. Yeah, it's ran by AI mostly now. Would I ever buy views? No. I mean, why? Um, Matter of fact, someone that came on here yesterday with me, Reverend Rune, who's a comic guy and an artist and all this, but he said because he's been in digital marketing for years. So a few years ago on Instagram, for an experiment, it cost him $50, and he bought he knew he wanted to see what happened, and when he bought that, I guess it was followers or something on Instagram, whatever. It completely nuked his page as far as in the algorithm, because somehow it knew these are like this many hundreds or whatever non-people or not real accounts, whatever. So what it happens is you are subject to, like, if you're a smaller channel or creator thinking that's how you're going to get known. I don't know. Like he just said he experimented and it didn't work for him, and he wasn't intentionally doing it because he wanted. He was like curious to see what did it do, and I was like, well, that's crazy. I don't know. Not a copyright strike. Claims are different though, because I've pulled up shit now occasionally, not thinking that I'm going to get any kind of. You get done with the stream, and then once it's processed, something you pulled up, like there's really no way of knowing. But a claim is different. I'm learning this because like I thought every time I'd see something say copyright on one of my streams or something, I thought, oh fuck, well, I'm not even monetized, so I really don't care. But somebody else explained to me, like, if it's a claim, all that means is it's usable. But usually, once you go into your studio and look at it, sometimes it's just it might be no copyright, but then in certain places, someone's trying to claim it, so it's not played there or something. Like about all that means is if you were monetized and someone's putting that claim on it, then that money goes to them. But a strike is like different because it's like you only get I don't know. So like I'm not chasing views or nothing really. I'm just trying to build real community here, like our interactions. Yeah, my videos I share Jesus calling or Jesus always. I also read from the Fifth Agreement and different Toltec stuff, and I share little daily short videos of like walking and my dogs or whatever. Excuse me, that was so rude. So it's kind of different. It's like I think it depends on what a creator's intentions is. I don't have like me trying to take like it would be cool if I could make some money one day, but the world's going to shit anyway, and I'm just going to do what I can do while I'm doing it. I don't ever know what's going to happen. I don't know one day from the next, but I know that doing these channels, and especially now that I'm learning more how to stream and I'm getting better at streaming for longer and staying like consistent. Uh, it's fun for me, like it gives me interaction. Like when I'm just here by myself, if I wasn't doing YouTube, dude, it'd be like 10 times worse for me. Like I what am I going to do? Like I'm out, like I've done said numerous times, I'm out in the middle of you know what I mean? Like I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I don't have my own vehicle. I don't drive. I know how to drive, but I don't have a license. I'm, like it's been years. I don't care. But the reality is I like being by myself, but I'm sometimes by myself, not necessarily by choice. It's just there's not much around. There's nowhere to really just go in the physical world and just meet fucking people, you know? The truth is most people are running around in the world and they're only consumed with what's ever going on in their lives. Just like most of the time, I'm probably only consumed with what particularly is going on in my life. And I got to go to this store to get this because I need it. In passing, people are usually, you know, oblivious to what really probably is more important. Damn, I'm a little, I kind of went too deep, didn't I? Oh man, that would tear. Yeah, like when I went over my neighbor's earlier, she had this really badass. I wanted to get some, but I done kind of like last Sunday I ate a piece of pecan pie and like some cookies, and it was real sugar stuff. So, and ever since then I've tried like I haven't had any more because I've been doing pretty good. But I was over there getting that ham and stuff on my plate, and I seen it, and then man, it was like Oreo. It's like she makes this Oreo cookie cream cheese. I don't know what. It's really good stuff, but I knew that even the smallest piece would throw my whole like this whole week. I've been working trying to what I ate on Sunday and shit. I've been working to get all that kind of out of my system and just get back to because every time you do that, it creates another dilemma in the body, and uh, it's okay every once in a while. But I just know when I do it, I have to like be very get right back to my diet, like trying to handle my diet better too. Hey man, it's cool that everybody. I appreciate everybody that's talking and interacting. Yeah, like also to the thing about why you asked about why stream to both channels. Well, because like I said, um, they kind of overlap. The only thing that I do different on the other channel is that I've switched from trying to mix everything I like and wanted to do on one channel to a, the second channel would be where that's where I talk about the comic books and stuff. And I'm looking to eventually maybe do and share if I saw a movie or two, or like that's where that kind of shit will be happening more. I'll some nice ales and stuff. See, that's definitely something that I enjoyed. You know, it's just that, like I said, I don't drink just for. I'm either all or nothing. And nowadays, anytime over the past couple of years, every time I have fell off the wagon, it becomes more intense and harder than I've ever had it before. Being the last time being, like I said, getting up at 5:36 in the morning and boom, a fifth, and if you finish that fifth before the day's over and you got the money, you've already went and got the second one. I'd be lucky to have, like, it wasn't that I was drinking two fifths every single day, but, it was getting to where that was almost the consistency. But yeah, beers and like ales and stouts. Like I admire, I like the different qualities of the different tastes of those type of things. I always really enjoyed some, like how I like those really dark, almost coffee tasting. I'm glad you're here though, and I'm glad that you sound like you're having a decent holiday. It sounds like everybody so far that everybody in the chat, all of you have reported back saying you're having a pretty decent, okay day, or not, whatever. It came in a big box that said coffee on it. So I was confused for 10 minutes. Then I opened the box and the specialty beers were in there. Oh, right. It was like it was packaged in a box just to send it to you. But you were just looking at what was on the outside. Holy shit. See, I'm already starting to drag ass feeling. It's been this way for a while. My body's been more in a, but ever since Monday, was the 21st. So after the solstice, each day slowly but surely will get longer. Like it'll be, by the time we get to February, March, the days will be substantially longer already, leading up to, spring and all that shit. I don't know why I'm laughing. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Like, I'm trying to contemplate on if I need to. Like, I've gone pretty good here. Yeah, see, my neighbor had some mac and cheese over there too. I've got some sliced ham on a plate. Some of her potato salad. I will eat that potato salad. I did get a little bit of the mac and cheese, but I let my dog have it. I didn't get a lot because I knew I wasn't. If I did eat it, I didn't want a lot. Just because that's something I'm trying to eliminate if I can. I do have some mac and cheese boxes, but that's for hard times. Like I'm not going to buy them anymore for a while, and just what I have left. If at some point I'm on a stretch where I'm waiting for the next payday, it's easy to make up a box or two of that. Thaw out some damn type of meat I have, cook it, and throw it in, mix it up. If you got a onion or something, like improvise. Now that sounds right there. That sounds like a king's meal to me. That sounded pretty good. Should I have left that up there longer? Oh, was you with family or friends? I'm assuming that type of meal, all the different things you've said wasn't just you eating it, right? You were with some people, I imagine. Now I could be fucking wrong. You might be coming back with an answer like oh, I'm about ready. Got to stand up. Being able to be in the living room, this particular chair that I'm sitting in with these cushions I put in here, it's working for the time being. But when I'm having to stream from my bedroom, I don't have anything yet that's feasible to sit on for long periods of time. This right here is doing a better job than what I've been using in the room if it was cold. But I can't necessarily move this fucking thing easily in and out because it's a bigger, yes, with parents and grandparents. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, like I don't know. I was looking at that old question about the buying views and buying subs. I was like, I've never even thought nothing about that kind of shit. And that's what I was saying. It's like I think someone that does that has a whole different mentality. And not every creator does it. Not every big channel has done that. I'm just saying I've seen other creators and other analysts. I've seen videos on like people looking and putting things together and figuring out that there's some people they have a bigger channel, but that some of what you're seeing is an illusion. We met a load of family at the pub early afternoon, then went back home for lunch. Granddad 95. Cool. Cool. My friend Mike Hernandez was telling me, we were talking earlier. Somebody, I think, I don't know if it was their mom or I don't know who it is. Whoever it was he was talking about, it's on his girlfriend's side, and they're going to see them or they're getting them out or something. But they're 99. It was like a grandmother or a mother that's 99, still alive. Probably that their mom, not Mike's mom, but his girlfriend's, or it's something that's family, and they will be. He was that's what they were getting ready to go and meet up with these people and have it was going to start in the later afternoon and go into the evening type thing. Oh, Granddad said 95. Oh, ah. See, like I see that. If you want a wrench, I can just give you one for future. You don't have. It doesn't mean you ever have to be here. It's just, and all that means is if you think somebody's like kind of fucking up. Wait, did I fuck it up? It also just, it's like a thing. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. For instance, if you happen to be in the chat and you saw, like if I'm getting busy because I'm trying to do multiple things and there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but if you got several people in the chat and then anybody comes in that's kind of being out of line, sometimes you need someone that can either time them out or say, hey, calm it down now, or something. Grandma 91, but dementia. Yeah, that's happened. That happens to a lot of like on my mom's side. It was that way with my mama. She didn't live to her 90s, but she lived to be 70, 80 something. But before she was, by the time she was a certain age, she had to be like she had to have assisted living type thing because uh, nobody else had the time and then my mom's brother found a place that was a nice place, not a nursing home, but it was just, because she would forget, like she did, like it got to where like she almost burned her house down and stuff. That's when they knew, like, because she was forgetting things. And it's a slow process usually. They don't just happen overnight usually. You're welcome. I know you're not here all the time, but what I'm getting at is if you just watch, like, I know you subscribe to my other channel, I think, but you're rinsed here. And so if you watch from this channel, you can monitor and help me out. Like, especially if I don't know if I'll ever be that out of hand, but if I keep doing this, I would like to have, the more people that like it and like to interact and come on and do things, but sometimes people can get out of hand. Like I can take a lot, you can say a lot, you can do a lot, but there has been, if there's somebody that comes in is directly attacking somebody or being just totally fucking stupid, sometimes you got to put a stop to that, like you can ignore it, but also my mom was in 2002, September. And you remember me telling that. Because I remember there for a minute you were watching for a little while. Like I'd see you pretty. It was at a point, I don't remember when it was, but I was streaming. It was like back at a certain point, and I was kind of you were seeing me pop in and be streaming a little bit more at one point. I kind of fell off. But the past little while, I'm trying to be real like, it doesn't have to be every day, but I do a lot of things in the mornings now, my time. Like at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll do a little morning stream. Like last week, I pretty much, or this whole week, I think I've done a morning stream every day. I don't think I necessarily did one. Yeah, I ended up doing one yesterday. It was just a little later. But you're right. Yeah, yeah, I remember you saying that before, and I appreciate it. No, I remember that some of the early interactions of you being in the chat, I've mentioned this, and it could be I probably was talking about it back, several months ago. If you ever happened to catch it then, but I know that I've talked about it numerous times. But at one, I specifically remember sharing it, and you being in the chat and us discussing. Yeah, arson house fire. Yeah, still unsolved and shit. Um, I don't know about subs, and as far as I don't get a lot of like I don't know. I guess it might be because I'm not covered. I don't know. Occasionally, there's been times someone has been in the chat and trying to be disruptive, and I don't think they were. I don't think they were subbed to the channel. They were just coming across my stream randomly, and you can obviously tell that they're not. They just come in at some point and hear me saying something, and they're just trying to be funny. Uh, I've not had anybody really be too bad. Like, and occasionally you'll have something in a comment on a video, maybe that's somewhat negative or something, but I don't know if that's even really uh, trolling. Now, there's one account that is sub to me, and it's Jesus Christ. Um, and every once in a while, he'll pop into the chat, and I don't. He's not really trolling me. Like he don't ever say anything bad. He's like always nice in the chat. But I'm thinking that the fact that it's an account on YouTube and it like it's under Jesus Christ, so I'm taking it as like it. I find it funny and amusing. So, like you know what I mean. And they don't. Uh, they've never said anything bad or anything. It's just they sometimes come in and say something a little funny, and it's like because of the account, I get a laugh. I'm like, oh man, yeah, it's been a while, like so. Those are good questions though, bro. Because I'm probably, like I know that I will if I keep doing it, as long as I'm able to do it and the world's still functioning and I'm, you know what I mean? Like, and let me say, as long as not just as long as I'm still able, but as long as it's enjoyable, as long as I'm feeling like I'm serving a purpose and providing something, whether it be information and my life experience and somebody's connecting to it, and maybe we're having some kind of, or just building community for other people that might not have as much interaction in real life either. People turn to the internet. It can be used in a positive way and then the right way, or it can be very detrimental as well. And like, I'm not really wanting to, like, as far as that's why you don't, like, if somebody was on here with me, we could talk about whatever someone brings up. But like the other day, we kind of got into some of the comic skate drama shit, and it's stuff that I already know a ton about, and I was just kind of overloaded because I don't really talk about that stuff. I don't need to talk about it because there's a blue million channels that I follow that are in the sphere of the independent comic scene that either talk negatively or positively about it. And I see all the beefs, it's like, but I didn't mind my friends or the people that I associate with when they came on. Each one of them, was sharing their part or their perspective. So, I didn't mind that, but at some point I was trying to shift the, but I am doing like some parody stuff on Saturday. This will be 3 weeks in a row. I wish I had an intro and stuff made already, a good one, but somebody eventually somebody that knows what they're doing, like a little bit. Self-destruct said he'll get around to probably coming up with something for me that I can use that's like that I can play at the first few minutes of before everything's going. And 2 weeks in a row, we've had a good time. 3 or 4 different people be joining throughout, and it's gone like about 3.5 hours each time or something, about 3 hours. Hell, we're almost at an hour and 40 minutes. That's not bad though, man, But I think it's about time for me to say, I'm going to end it for now. What I'm hoping, like, I'm not going to end it right this minute, but I'm going to gear down. I'm going to start winding down, and here in a few minutes, I'll call it. I'll be like signing off. I can feel that maybe my sleep patterns will be shifting again here in the next few weeks or so. I'm trying to get in the mindset that if there's any nights that I'm having trouble sleeping, instead of just laying in there wishing I could sleep, those might be some of the nights that I could do a stream in the middle of my fucking night. Like just a random, like, because when I first came out of detox and was having trouble sleeping for the first 2 nights, I did I did a late night stream. I started like around 12 o'clock and went to like about 4:30 that morning and had a pretty good time. It's just that my sleeping pattern's different now. So, but I figured if I have any of those happen, it wouldn't be that bad because there's people have different schedules all over the place. Merry Christmas, Frank. Hey, I appreciate you listening and watching. And go kick some butt. Go kick some butt. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see if I can play. Let's do something kind of fun before I sign off. Let's see. I don't know what's fun necessarily. I can't really. Peace. I don't know what's fun. What is fun? What would we say? Is there anything that I know? Oh, I'm trying to figure something out here real quick.
Like this.
I like that typing.
Affiliation with a certain controversial comic group that I don't even want to mention by name. I have zero support or affiliation with them. The only reason I'm doing this is because of the crazy story behind it. So we're looking at the How to Draw Comics.
Just say Comics Gate.
bootleg comic from Dr. Ben Anthony. So that is what we're looking at today. If you haven't already, hit that like
Did you?
Just like this.
I like that typing.
affiliation with a certain controversy.
Just like this.
Hold on a second. I'll get that done. To be honest, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop this because it's not really that funny. It's but oh shit, son of a bitch. I do have to go back in. Never mind. Hold on a second. Give me a second here, and I have to go back into my main account, and then I'm about to do it. Okay. I just have to be in the actual YouTube to put your wrench on there. And that's what I did earlier. Was I was in my second channel. But you have to like, oh well, I could have done it after the fact as well. Okay, there you go. Yeah, like and it can be confusing for people, but like I think I'm doing okay on distinguishment. Like I said, it's just at one point. Also, when I created the second channel, it was mainly because I'd gotten a community strike, which wasn't necessarily bad. It's just you don't need to get 3 of those in 90 days. And if you go 90 days with that one will come off. It's it was just, it was nothing major. But I'd never made a backup channel. And you hear creators talk about that. It's a secondary channel that you do stuff with and you're actively doing it, but it's not your main channel. So like if you happen to, and it's good to have those, because even on YouTube, if I happen to get like a strike and you don't want to stream, you don't want to do a lot on that channel while you're trying to let that strike settle, you do more, you turn over to the other smaller channel and, but you kind of simultaneously build them at the same time. It's a little bit different than but it's basically, I guess, the same premise as trying to build on another platform as well. But like when you're on YouTube, I've seen some creators have 2 or 3 different channels, even multiple channels, but their main core channel gets popped for something and they're not trying to lose it. They've got other channels where they can go, okay, for a week, like I can't upload for a week or I can't do nothing. Go over here and follow me. Like if you're needing to, they can shift over to their second or third or whatever. Now, I don't know. I don't intend on like really getting to where but the thing is, you don't ever know. Like I could do, nothing, like I could toe the line. I could not go anywhere controversial, not cuss at all or anything. And the reality is when you're online, there could be someone out there that like even the idea that someone could just say something or try to make an accusation about your channel or video or something. You see people, sometimes you could be not doing anything really wrong, or even the AI or just read something wrong. And it creates a whole ordeal of some bullshit. And I'm thankful that I don't have that or experience or nothing, but it does happen. And I see people, like we talked about earlier, big channels recently in the past month or two having strikes and demonetization or even just completely nuked because AI read something that might not really been quite what it thought it was. But the trouble is they're not getting actual real people to see and try to verify, was it justifiable? Like did AI may make a mistake? Like, I don't know. There's a nuance when humans are involved. Someone might be able to make a better judgment. AI is just making judgments based on like whatever it thinks is the rules, and maybe seeing something a completely different angle than what a real human being can look at and go, this is okay, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that's been here. I hope you had a great Merry Christmas. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today on my Christmas. It means a lot. You know, I don't know. Tried to be a little bit entertaining, but I guess today's stream was more about us just trying to connect. Also, I appreciate all the cool questions and the cool different like Rama's or Vibrant Singularity from Egg. I appreciate like he had shared they had shared some stuff about, you know, how they don't have a lot of places to go either. Like when I was talking about not getting out much and shit. Yeah. Thanks for being here, LeMay. Y'all, I hope you have a good rest of the day or night wherever you're at. I kind of know where you're at, Red Snapper. So your time is a little bit different. Okay, have a good one. It's been great. Gray Cloud here, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. Thanks for watching. Ditto. Catch you on the flip side.